Climate change and Arctic life.
Have you felt like it's been getting hotter?
Yeah, I've been sweating every time I take a selfie.
You and your selfies. The answer is yes, it has been getting hotter due to global warming.
Global warming, is that even a real thing?
Of course it's a real thing.
Global warming is affecting Arctic life.
Not just Arctic life, but all life on the planet.
Arctic temperatures have steadily been increasing over the years.
Other than global warming, changes in Arctic life is also by rises of Arctic temperatures, melting ice sheets, thawing permafrost, shrinking glaciers, rising sea levels, and acidifying of the oceans. The biggest contributor to global warming is human waste and emissions. Can you believe that? And what are some of the effects for global warming? As mentioned earlier, sea level rising is one of the effects of global warming. It can contaminate our drinking water, interfere with farming, change our coastal plant life, threaten wildlife populations, and hurt the economy. But most of all, its spreading of warmer waters will contribute to global warming, causing a positive feedback in nature. And here are some graphs to show you how the sea level has risen over time. It also shows you how global warming affects sea level rise. Here in this picture, the iceberg is yelling, "Timber!" due to the increase in the Arctic temperatures. In addition to sea levels rising, shrinking glaciers are also a contributor to warm water expansion.
The global glacier volume has had a significant decrease since the 1970s.
With the glaciers melting, Arctic foxes and polar bears have less hunting ground.
And ice seals have no place to raise their young. Arctic temperatures are rising and creating new life, such as trees and plants that typically can't grow in the frozen temperature.
Yeah, at the cost of old life, like the polar bears.
Many Arctic life forms rely on the sea's biological productivity and on the presence of sea ice. The melting ice sheets means less hunting grounds for Arctic foxes and polar bears to hunt on. The ice seals have no place to raise their young and rest. Global warming is affecting polar bears by reducing access to food, dropping their body conditions, and loss of access to denning areas. Yes, global warming does suck. Permafrost thawing. Once permanently frozen soil, sediment, or rock is starting to melt. In this process, microbes feast on defrosting carbon, and as they decompose these soils, much of the carbon gets respired as carbon dioxide or release methane, both strong greenhouse gases that accelerate global warming. Compared to the previous slide, this diagram also includes the carbon dioxide released by human emissions and other factors that contribute to the cycle. The increase in carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases has also increased acidity in the ocean. This has caused the marine life to decline and has increased the chances of diseases and reduced reproductive success, body condition, and survival rates for both humans and animals alike. This diagram compares just the visual difference between high and reduced carbon emission environments.
This graph shows that the carbon dioxide is inversely related to the amount of phytoplankton in the Arctic. Remember, amount of phytoplankton will affect the type and amount of fish, ultimately changing the taste of our fish sticks. This diagram shows how acidic waters will disrupt the food chain from phytoplankton to Arctic cod to jellyfish to sea stars to seals and to whales. So, what are we able to do to help the situation? Some possible solutions are promoting renewable energy, infrastructure upgrade to energy-efficient buildings, reduce spending to lower extraction of resources, and support developing countries so they can reduce the use of emissions. Another solution is to stop deforestation. Trees are the lungs to the environment. Cutting or burning trees will affect all ecosystems from the huge greenhouse gas released into the atmosphere. Also, be flexible for any changes in our daily lifestyle to better the environment. The better the environment, the more generations we can have. Think about it. A happy polar bear means a happy Earth, which means a happy environment for humans. Mother Nature gave us such wonderful sceneries in the Arctic. There's also such cute and fluffy animals that shouldn't go extinct because of us. We should change and also find ways to preserve this beauty that was given.
Created using Powtoon.